Hello and welcome to this another lecture, another videos in which we're going to talk up another challenge that is posed by corporate digitalization. Now, this another challenge is about data security and data privacy. With the increasing reliance on digital platform, now protecting sensitive customer and corporate data becomes very important. And there, what happens is you have data breaches and cyber attacks, and these pose significant risk to business, leading to financial losses, legal liabilities, and damage to reputation. So, how can you handle this challenge of data security and data privacy? Let's talk about that. So, first thing you need to do is to classify data based on sensitivity and regulatory requirements. And there you need to identify personally identifiable information, PII, financial data, intellectual property, and other sensitive information. Now, this classification helps prioritize security measures and ensures appropriate handling of data. Second, you need to do is next step would be to conduct regular risk assessments to identify potential vulnerabilities and threats of data security, in which you need to evaluate the likelihood and impact of security incidents and prioritize mitigation efforts accordingly. Uh, Next in line would be to stay abreast of relevant data protection regulations such as GDPR, CCPA, HIPAA, etc. And there you need to ensure that you are compliant with their requirements and regulations. And to do that, you will need to implement necessary controls and processes to safeguard data in accordance with the legal obligations. Another important thing is to implement robust access control mechanism to restrict access to sensitive data only to authorized individuals. Not everyone should be able to access to this restricted data. And there you can use role-based access control, strong authentication methods, and least privilege principle to minimize the risk of unauthorized access. Also use encryption. Utilize encryption to protect data both at rest and in transit. There you need to encrypt sensitive data before sending it in databases or transmitting it overseas. Then implement strong encryption algorithms and key management practices to ensure data confidentiality. Adopt a data minimization approach to limit collection and retention of unnecessary data. More you have unnecessary data, more you are likelihood of being exposed. So only collect and store data that is essential for business purposes, and that will reduce the potential impact of data breach. Mask or anonymize sensitive data when it is not required for processing or analysis. This reduces the risk of exposure in case of unauthorized access while still allowing for legitimate use cases. Also, you need to implement secure coding practices during development of the digital solution. You need to conduct regular code reviews, static and dynamic analysis, and security testing to identify and mitigate vulnerabilities in software applications. Develop a comprehensive response plan to effectively respond to security breaches and data incidents. Define roles and responsibility. Establish communication protocols. Conduct regular tabletop exercises to test the effectiveness of your plans. Employee training and awareness is of critical importance to educate employees about data security best practices and their role in safeguarding sensitive information. Provide training on phishing awareness, password management, data handling procedures to mitigate insider threats and human errors. Also, you need to evaluate the safety practices, security practices of third party vendors and service providers and that handle corporate data. ensure that they adhere to stringent security standards, and have robust data protection measures in place. And lastly, implement tools and processes for continuous monitoring of systems and networks to detect and respond to security threats in real time. Conduct regular audits and assessments to evaluate the effectiveness of security controls and identify areas of improvement. So, while these challenges of security are real time, but there are so many ways you can ensure that you are able to handle this as and when they happen. So the payoffs obviously are far more in digitalization, and if you take care of data security and privacy, you will be in a win-win situation. So that's what we have for you today. Stay tuned for more updates on what are the other challenges that you might face while doing digitalization and how could you overcome those.